Jade, so this is going to be a training video to go over the comps again. I went through some of your initial reports here, and it seems that we are running into some issues as these are not completely accurate. Uh, so we will go over comps again, and let's see here. So we will go over comps again. I'm going to pull a couple of examples from the initial list that you have here, but I'm just going to ask you to stop what you're doing right now and go over this and try to get some accurate comps because this is extremely important for us to go out and purchase properties. So, for instance, let's start off with the 91 Tilton Hill Road in Pittsfield, New Hampshire. 3 bed, 1 bath, 1918 square footage, and you're saying the average comp price. So that means the comp price is what a similar home sold for in its after repaired condition. So obviously this home needs work. We're going to go in, we're going to perform the work, and then we're going to resell this home at a higher value. So we are going to be looking for homes that are comparable once the home has been renovated. So in this situation, it's showing that there's a minus $8,900 equity spread. That if I'm just looking at this from your spreadsheet, I'm not going to go want to purchase that deal. But when I do some further investigation, this is actually a very good property that we may want to put an offer in, and I'm going to show you why. So we're back to our main page, which you are familiar with. We're going to hit our search tab. We're going to hit residential. We're going to hit just single family homes. We're going to do just closed. All right, state, New Hampshire, city, Pittsfield. Just want to double check and make sure it's not Pittsburgh. Where is my... Pittsfield. Okay, perfect. Okay, we're going to do 3 bedrooms. Now, one thing that can help this out a little bit, let's open up the year built time frame so we can go a little bit more aggressive. So we'll do 1870 to, we'll do 1970. So we'll do a 100-year gap there. Square footage, let's not put square footage in there anymore. It's not as important, and it might take away from some properties that could give us some good comparisons. So we won't do the square footage. We will do our date closed. We'll just go back, let's say 7 months, 8 months. And that's going to give us 7 properties that we can see here. So we'll click search. So as you can see here, 16 Watson Street being sold for $50,000. This is a comparable property to the Pittsfield one, but you can see this one needs full renovation. This is not a property that has been renovated, so it's not going to give us an accurate idea of how much can we sell this property for once we did a renovation. But you can see here, the same property, 16 Watson, this one was bought in July of 2019. This one was sold in October of 2019. But you see the difference here. This one sold for $160,000. This one sold for $50,000. If we were to just take a quick tour through this property, you can see the differences. This was been completely renovated. They redid the exterior, the new roof, new front porch, as well as the interior being completely updated as well. So going into the interior, you can see it's a completely different product as opposed to what was currently there. So this is what we're going to be looking for, is houses that will be in this condition. We're going to be buying houses, the ones that you are looking at, the foreclosures, we're going to be buying them in this condition. So we need to understand how much can we sell this house for when it's fully renovated. And this is a great example right here. It's $160,000. Let's say he put $50,000 into it. He makes $60,000 on the property, and that's what we're looking for. So for this example here, we're going to look at Pittsfield So we've got right here this one right here for 370,000 or 370 Catamount Road. Open that up, take a look at it. So it's on a decent sized lot. It's a bigger lot. Home was built in 1966, so it's a little bit newer. But this is one of those houses that we could add to this. It's updated, but it gives us a comparable sales range. So what I would like to see is us add this property to it. Let's say 215,000. Let's take a look here at this 170,000. So this is waterfront, so it's going to be a little bit different. This one was built in 1900. This one was renovated as well. So that's another good property for us to take a look at. So I'd like to put that comp in there. So we'd do, was listed for 159, sold for 170. So we'd want to put the 170 in there. And then we could go ahead and we could do the 16 Watson that we're talking about right here as well. So 16 Watson, we'll put that in there. Recently renovated. We've already seen this one. It's on the market for 2 days. But here's another note. If you find the property that's going to be on the same road, that is very important as well. That's one of the best comps that you can get. So this is 91 Tilton Road in Pittsfield. And this is sold for on 99 Tilton Hill Road in Pittsfield. So that is right down the road. It's a neighbor from us. And this one had just sold for 230,000. So I would like to see that one as well. If we were to just pick three, I would probably pick the 99 Tilton. I would probably pick the 16 Watson, and then I would probably pick this 370 Catamount Roads. So if we were to do 215 plus 230 plus 160 divided by 3, that would give us an average sale of about 201,000. So if we were at 201,000, you can see here that gives us now an equity spread of 146,000, which this changes the deal incredibly. So that's where you can see going through, doing the right comps, understanding what we're trying to do. We really want to find homes that have been renovated that we can compare to. Again, we're buying these homes in the low range and it needs repair, and then we're trying to sell the homes in the high range after the repair's already been done. So let's just move on to another one really quickly. I will pull this one up as well. It's going to be the 135. This is in Northwood. So we're going to do the 135 Old Canterbury Road in Northwood. So we'll change the Northwood. So it's this one right here is the one that we're going to be looking at. And see, you have an average comp price of 48,000. So that's giving us a equity spread here of 31 minus 100. Minus 31,000. That's obviously not going to cut it. So we're going to go through this again. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet. So we will do 3-bedroom, 2-bath, year built. We'll do that same price range, that same range, and let's see what we get here. Okay, so we've got 8 comparable sales right now, or comparable properties. So let's take a look. Okay, so you can see here that we've got a range of properties, 2,200 square feet, 23 in this ballpark here. So let's open up this property, 397 Mountain Ave. Okay, 1976 split level. So this one sold in 7 days for 266,000. Just take a quick glance at the interior. See the property's decent shape, decent condition, yard's in good shape. Looks like it's pretty clean inside. So this would be a good comp of what we could be realistically trying to sell this thing for. So we'll use the 397 as a comp. Let's take a look here. Let's try this one at 220. Okay, 1895, so it's similar year. And let's walk through. So this one's a decent comp as well too. So looks like it's fresh inside, decent landscaping. Still has a little bit of issues, but this would be a comparable sale. Kitchen's not completely updated, but this is definitely a usable comp for us. So then we'll go with 220. We had 266, I believe. It was 266 plus our 220. And then let's try to find something. This one seems to be on the lake. Let's just take a peek. The location is going to be a little bit better here, but the property condition is not very good. So yeah, so I would even use this as a comp because it's got a waterfront, but just for our purposes, we can even take a look at this one here. Okay, so 1900, so that's a good one for completely remodeled. So that was a sign, completely remodeled, gives us an idea of what we're looking at, of what we may want to do. So yeah, new flooring, new kitchen. Looks nice, fresh, bright. So those would be some good comps right there. So this one was on the market 67 days, sold for 270,000. That is something that we would like to consider. So if we did 270,000 divided by 3, so now our new comp range is going to be 252,000. So 252,000 is 252,000 we will put in the average comp, 252. And now you can see that gives us an equity spread of plus $172,000 on this specific property. So what I'd like you to do is go through these comps again. Let's really get these numbers and these figures accurate, because that's going to really allow me to go out there and purchase the right property at the right price. And so I hope I clarified this, is that we are not comparing the property that is in bad condition and trying to find another property in bad condition that's similar. We want to find a property that's going to be, what will this property look like when it's complete, when it's rehabbed, and let's try to put a comp range. Let's try to find 2 or 3 of these renovated properties at the price that we want to resell them at. So let me know if this makes sense. I'm going to forward this over to you right now, and let's go through these properties again. Let's see if we can get this done correctly. I look forward to the progress, and as always, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.